I could adjust this camera. Let's see. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, it's late Saturday night. I was doing some I was installing some flooring. Just taking a break. It was late night installing some flooring, man, and I got a little time washing some clothes as well. So yeah, my connection is kind of, I don't know, it might go in and out, but today is kind of a special day as far as numerology. One is 8/24/24. If you're a Lakers fan, you already know where I'm going. If you're a Kobe fan, most Lakers fans are Kobe fans. Kobe is one of those guys. After he died, it really kind of like messed with my spirit. It's like I was like, kind of hit me, like a ton of bricks, because I didn't really, I really wasn't. I'm from Chicago, so I was pretty much a diehard Bulls fan, basically in the Jordan era. So I wasn't really, really watching. I respected Kobe's basketball game. He's a very good player, but when he died, well, I'll just say before he died, it was rumors that he was gonna possibly be traded to the Bulls, and I was kind of excited about that. But I'm glad for his legacy. He didn't go to the Bulls, but this is 8/24/24. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a Kobe fan, this is definitely something kind of special. You know what I'm saying? For that purpose, 8/24/24. I'm sure there's some other things that can mean this. I was thinking about kind of talking about. He said, "Hey, black." I don't know what that means. Hey, black. But I was thinking about kind of disclosing any type of like dating and stuff like that. But you know what? The guy like myself, I got so many alpha widows, so many exes that watch my channel. I can't. It's one woman in particular that I kind of am stuck with. That I'm pretty sure she watches my channel, and I don't want to disclose anything right now or whatever. But I mean, basically, man, I got got something in the works or whatever. So how I love your stream, man. Appreciate it. When I go live on YouTube and not StreamYard, I get different viewership for whatever reason. When I go live on StreamYard, I get different viewers. You say, you know what that means, N-word. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I know what that means too. Get the fuck out of here. You know what that means. Probably heard that, right? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the doorknob split you. Get the fuck out of here. There you go. Every now and again I get some haters, every now, I don't necessarily know who that person is. Did they come at me because they just saw a black dude going live, or did he watch some of my content and he was waiting to tell me that? I don't know. I think it's the first one. I think it's definitely the first one, not the second, because you know I won't give him that much credit. But anyway, yeah, today is kind of special, man. It's special in many ways. One, I put some flooring down in my one of my bedrooms. It's actually, once I finish this flooring, that'll be all the flooring that I need in all of the bedrooms, because I got a rug in one room and I'm doing the flooring in the master bedroom. My office, it's pretty much mostly done. It's just tile carpet. You know, if you ever consider flooring and you okay with carpet, I'll tell you this from a handyman perspective. Tile carpet, not regular carpet, but tile carpet is some of the most easiest like flooring you can ever install. I mean, tile carpet is so easy that I think like somebody that's like a 8-year-old could do it. Tile carpet is so easy and it looks nice. A lot of offices have tile carpet. You know, said you are muted. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Let me see here. No audio. Let's see here. I should have audio. I don't see why not. He said, ignore them. We can't hear you. He said, let's see here. He said, increase the volume. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think, oh, he said, you're not muted. Oh, okay. They just fucking with me. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I guess it's late at night and the trolls are definitely out. Said you remind me of Mike Tyson. Man, they used to call me Mike Tyson when I was younger, man, cause I used to knock dudes, man, head back. when I was younger, man, I because I didn't have any brothers, I had to learn how to fight, and I had to learn how to fight fast. And I definitely watched a bunch of Mike Tyson matches, and you know, I mean, I liked all of the Mikes: Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah, man. They called me Mike Tyson. One of my best friends, his older brother called me Mike Tyson, man. So I beat up this dude I grew up with. He was like a year older than me. And, you know, back then it wasn't really no fat kids, but it was like one or two. And, you know, not to give his name out, but he was like one of the only like fat kids in the crew. And the thing about it is, here's the funny thing about fat kids though, right? Versus like fat kids when I grew up in the early 80s and fat kids now. So in the early 80s, yeah, it was fat people, but it wasn't that many. And it was like, you know, and it's kind of like, it's kind of like basically, it was always like one fat kid, kind of like Doughboy off of Boys in the Hood. It was just one fat kid, you know. But see, the fat kid in the 80s, it wasn't like, you know, like how all these fat kids now. He did everything physically that everybody else did. Like he could jump fences, he could play basketball, he could run. You know, he could do, you know, pretty much everything. He just was fat, you know what I'm saying? Now the kids is fat now, they don't even leave the house. They just play video games and eat food all day, you know. So it's a difference that, you know, from then and now. But they got so much stuff to put in these food, you know, put that you know have stuff in these in the food now. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, man, it's definitely interesting, man. Day so far, man. Hope well, I don't know. It's well, yeah. Let me see. I think no, that was yesterday. I gotta check my tickets. I was saying, damn, I gotta check my. I don't know if it's the lottery. I think it's the Powerball today. So I think yeah, the Powerball. I think it's today. So you probably want to play something, man. It's maybe a lucky day for you. But yeah, I just wanted to go live, man, cause just just kind of just doing some work around the house, man. Taking a little break, and I know it's like kind of late, so nobody really hardly goes live. Late or whatever. As this, but I do sometimes. Yeah, man, I don't really got the best lighting. I'm in my car. I mean, I ain't really got the best lighting in the world or whatever, but I'm just chilling, man. I'm just chilling. It's 8/24/24, man. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a special day, man. It's starting to get colder, if you depending on where you are, it's getting colder and whatnot. Let me see here. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's get started. What can I get you?
Let me get a number 2.
What drink would you like for your number 2 combo?
Let me get a High C Orange.
I updated your order. Would you like anything else?
Nah, that's it. Yeah, I always laughed at people that go order through the drive-through on their live, and now I'm the one doing it. Yeah, I'm at White Castle. I'm at White Castles, man, and the tripped out thing about White Castles that's different than a lot of restaurants. White Castles is ahead of the AI wave. So if you haven't noticed, White Castles has a couple things with AI. They have the automated drive-through, where all you do is basically talk to an AI menu screen. So that takes out basically the actual people that take the orders. Then they have an actual robotic, it basically fryer. So the chicken nuggets, anything like fried, the French fries, the mozzarella sticks, all of it is robotic. It's machine robotics. And then the menu is also AI automated, voice recognition, AI automated. So they are ahead. They eliminated 2 employees with just having an automated menu where you just drive up and then tell them what you want, and then they got an automatic fryer that fries whatever products you order or whatever. So I mean, they like ahead of the game, man, with this whole AI robot stuff. It's kind of tripped out. It's like all they need the people to do is just cook the food and just take the money and give you the food. Pretty soon, man, you gonna pull up to a restaurant, ain't gonna be anybody in there. They just gonna give you take your order, and then you just get your food, and the whole restaurant is automated. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be a fully autonomous restaurant where you just order through the menu, it's automated. Then the whole restaurant is automated, and you just put the money up, and then they give you your food. A robot gives you your food or whatever, or they probably put it through some type of little box or something, and then you get the food. And then if it's wrong, it doesn't matter, because the robot is not gonna give a fuck if your order's wrong or whatever the heck you messed up or whatever. They just gonna leave a 1-800 number to call if you have any issues, and you're gonna have to show a picture to verify with your receipt and show what you have missing or something. I don't know. It's coming. It's definitely coming. But yeah, I'm kind of happy, man. I ain't gonna say why I'm happy, because like I say, I got exes, man, that be watching my channel, and then you say something, then next thing you know, I get some cold treatment. I get some texts that somebody like some argumentative texts and phone calls and shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna do that, man. I thought about it. I'm like, I pretty much know my exes watch my channel. I know for a fact. I know. I mean, it's not the other ones like that. Is I ain't really worried about them. It's one in particular that I have to talk to. that it's like, yeah, that's a big deal, because the other ones I ain't got to talk to. What's going on, Alizé Castillo? Do you like to drink Alizé? That's your name. Alizé was a hot drink in the 90s, in case you a lot of y'all too young. It was a drink a lot of the rappers was giving like free promotion. Some of them was like kind of like they were getting paid by Alizé. I don't know who even made Alizé. It was like I think it was like a blue drink. It was like a blue, I don't even know what it was, if it was rum or what, but it was pretty popular in the 90s. I mean, like, everybody was rapping around about Alizé. Tupac, Biggie. I mean, like, damn near everybody was rapping about Alizé. It was like it was Alizé, and it was Hypnotic. You know what I'm saying? I know I look like I'm a millennial, but I'm not. I'm a Gen Zer. I know I keep myself. I mean, I need to be a little bit more healthier, but I look young. I know I look like I'm about 23, but I actually like, yeah, I was a teenager. I basically came to a man in the 90s, so I'm a little bit older than that. So like, yeah, I pretty much, man, yeah, I was, you know, that was when I started going into nightclubs and stuff in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And they was, you know, Hypnotic and Alizé was the drink of the time. He said, hey, yo, you remember me from the club that one night in 05? That's hilarious. Y'all, it's funny, man, tonight, man. I don't know any of you. Like, it ain't nobody that's in this chat that I don't know who you guys are. Like, when I do a StreamYard live, most of the people that come in there is like regulars. Like, it seemed like every time I do a straight to YouTube live stream, it's a totally different audience. I'm cool with that, you know, ain't no big thing. You know, it is, you know, ain't no big thing, man. I will say this. I will say this if I can. I don't know if, let me see here. I don't know. Oh, there's somebody that's a regular. You know what I'm saying? That's a regular. T Riddler. Yeah, man. He said, what's going on in this shot tonight? I don't know. I think they wrapping up the DNC, man. They having these like little what do they call, not riots, but they having protests. Okay, they having Palestinian protests, and just, you know, other people come out and they, you know what I'm saying, if they pro-Israel, if they, you know, whatever, they coming out to, you know, basically you know, protest the Democratic Party. It's hilarious though. The most hilarious kind of meme that I seen regarding this election, right? And it's really funny. And it's like, you know, it's kind of insulting. It's kind of insulting to a certain extent because nobody is really saying this, right? It's like, it's, you know, and you've seen this around, right? It's like, yeah, you making these promises like, okay, we're gonna lower gas prices, we're gonna lower this, and we're gonna lower that, we're going to do this, but it's like, why don't you just do it now? You still in office. It's like you still at work. You know, I mean, you literally, you doing the same job that you fucking trying to run for. You can literally, with the stroke of the pen, you know what I'm saying, go do the shit you talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a job. You work at a auto repair shop, and you know, basically trying to get the same job again, right? Let's just say if you know, you got to be reelected to your job that you already got, and you say, man, I'm gonna lower the prices of car repairs. Motherfucker, why don't you lower the price now? You already working at the auto repair shop. Just motherfucking lower the prices effective immediately. I mean, what the fuck is you talking about? What, you're insulting my intelligence talking about you gonna do something. You literally working at where you already working. You already can literally do what you talking about you about to promise to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like, it's like they're insulting people's intelligence, man. He said, bro, you got a Jerry curl in your head. Yeah, my hair is curly, naturally curly. Yeah, I got a natural, I ain't gonna say I got like a S curl or nothing, but my hair is naturally curly. It's not nappy. I wish my hair was more nappier because I can't keep certain hairstyles. Like I can't keep dreads to save my life. Really low key, I can't even keep braids. If I get my hair braided, it won't stay in because my hair curly, but it's like fine curly. Like a good grade of hair for like locks and dreadlocks and braids is 4C hair. You know, most lot of, you know, mainly black people, they do have 4C hair. But my mama's side of the family, they like light skin, you know, mulattoes and all that type of stuff. So I don't have no nappy hair like that. I got a widow's peak, Vamp Life, you know what I'm saying? Blade, they was doing the movie Blade, man. Let me put my glasses on. Where my glasses at? There we go. Shit, Blade ain't got shit on me, baby. I'm the real Blade. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm the real motherfucking Blade, boy. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect your value, man. You rare. Whatever motherfucking you blessed with, man, that's your value. If you got a fucking 12-inch dick, pause, that's valuable, man. It ain't that many people walking around with a 12-incher. If you got like big ass hands, you should box. You should be a boxer or get into MMA. Cause you probably could knock some people out with them big ass hands. I ain't gonna lie, I had a problem with niggas when I grew up that had big ass hands, paws. I had a problem with them motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a problem. But yeah, it ain't really like around this time. Probably the clubs is just getting out downtown, like downtown Chicago. You know, people probably just, you know, probably kicking it downtown. I don't know. I mean, because of COVID, post-COVID, a lot of stuff closed early, man. You know, like Walmart don't even stay open 24 hours no more. I was hearing chitter chatter talking about they gonna open 24 hours again, but not in Indiana, as far as I know. It ain't no 24-hour Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So they close, I think, at like 12. Hardly anything opens at 24 hours now. You said the best place to eat. It depends. If you like want to get like a steakhouse, like if you want a steak, like Chicago, downtown Chicago has some of the best steakhouses in the world, as far as steaks. If you want pizza, you know, I like Giordano's. Some people prefer, you know, different pizza. But I grew up on, I like Giordano's, so, you know, basically that's what I prefer. Some people say some Lou Malnati's. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man, this little slim thick thing right here got a dog, man. Man, she got a body like a blessing. All right, thank you. Man, when women look good, I call it, and they got it on their face. The women that look real good, they basically, I call it, I look so good nobody can tell me nothing. And they got that look. They all the women that look good, they got that facial expression. They got that mentality. Nobody can tell me anything. All right. Can I get some ketchup and some mustard? But it don't last that long, but it can last. But see, the important thing for women to do that have that mentality, they have them looks, you gotta cash out. Because if you don't cash out, ain't gonna matter. It's just kind of like a waste. You know, it's like yeah, you get to experience all of the things you experience, but then because you ain't cash out while you were younger, Now you're gonna be an old ass broad that your beauty gonna wane. It's gonna basically go away. And you're just gonna be a spinster. You know? And you're just gonna be a chick that used to look real good. And then now you an older spinster that you think you still look good with fried eggs. Your eggs fried hard, you know what I'm saying? Like some motherfucking Harold's chicken. Fried hard with no mild sauce. Just dry as all can be. Because you ain't cash in when you was younger. You supposed to cash in with that beauty and them looks really to the best person possible and as young as you possibly can. I mean, pretty much what Kevin Samuels used to say. It ain't nothing different, man. It just makes sense. Because when you wait, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, it just gets harder for women the longer they wait. And I'm gonna tell you this, even as a man, starting late is tough, man. Cause when you start late, you're gonna be some old nigga chasing kids. You know how tiring it is to chase kids, man? That's some tiring shit, man. Be some old ass man with partial gray hairs trying to put up with energetic ass little ass kids and babies. It's tough, man. It's very, very tough, man. So it's like, you know, it's best to start as young as you possibly can, man. And I'm not saying be a baby mama. You know, if you look good, man, you should get the best husband that you can possibly get. A lot of times what happens, chicks get the wrong dudes and then they fucked up in the game. They get the wrong motherfucker, man. You know, he look good, but he really a demon. Like, you know, I got somebody in my family. That's who they got with, you know. They got with somebody, and I mean, they look good. She looked good. And she got with a pretty boy dude that already had 2 kids. The red flag was the nigga already had 2 kids. Here's the thing, right? It's not that somebody got kids. That's not the red flag. The red flag is like this, right? And I've done videos on this. The red flag is you gotta find out who was at fault with that breakup. When somebody got 2 kids, that means they broke up. Like me, I got 2 kids. But, you know, that's an aside. I'm gonna just smirk and just say that's an aside. But, yeah, my 2 kids, right? 2 kids. Only my close friends would get that joke. But basically, the reason I got those 2 kids is because I broke up with my, you know, previous, you know, my ex-wife, right? The thing is that where the red flag comes in is you got to find out who was at fault at that breakup. It could have been me. It could have been her. How do you find that out? Well, the dude's gonna always lie, right? Or whoever. The devil. It's a demon. It's a devil and an angel in every situation, right? In every breakup, right? It's like it's somebody that was at fault in a breakup. So kind of the tripped out thing is, and it's kind of hard to find out who's at fault. You damn near gotta reach out to the other person. Like, you gotta, okay, if the guy's married or if his baby mama, you gotta go reach out to her. And most people ain't trying to do that when you meet someone new or you whatever. You're not gonna listen to the other person's ex. You damn near like, why is this motherfucker around? You don't really, men, we're territorial. We don't want no other niggas around like that. So you're not gonna do that most likely. And that's really kind of the only way you're really gonna find out without wasting your time. Because people be lying. Like, you know what I'm saying? People put on an act and they make it seem like they always, and women do this a lot too. They always make it seem like, because they don't want you to run away. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, so they make it seem like it was the other person's fault. They put on an act. And then, I mean, here's the thing. Eventually in time, you'll realize who was at fault. Probably the first argument y'all have. Now, that might take a month, that might take a couple weeks, but you'll realize at that point, it might be even too late then, that, okay, this chick is lying. The reason why she broke up with her ex is because she toxic as fuck and she don't listen. She can't listen to men or whatever the case may be. That's a lot of times how that goes. That's generally how that goes. But if you talk to the dude, he gonna probably tell you what's going on. Yeah, man, dog, she used to hit me. She used to throw stuff at me. Man, she came to my mama's house and she cussed my mama out and charged at my bedroom, charged at me because she caught me with somebody, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, most people are not gonna do that. They're not gonna ask someone's ex for a reference of how this person's character really is. And there's no girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, as far as I know, like, place you can do a reference check and find out who this person is. Only thing you really have to, only thing you can do is maybe do a lie detector test, a polygraph test, and maybe if you're a really good investigator, ask questions, But these women be putting on the act, man. They be putting on some of the best acting known to man. I mean, they be like Oscar level actors, you know what I'm saying? But it said, is there a Waffle House? Now, there's no Waffle Houses, man. There's no Waffle Houses as far as I know of. I think Waffle Houses are like down south, like towards the Mason-Dixon line. That's where the Waffle Houses are. It ain't no Waffle House in Illinois or Indiana as far as I know of. I think it's like Waffle Houses. It might be a Waffle House in Kentucky or and definitely Tennessee. I think Tennessee got Waffle Houses, but there's none in Illinois. The closest thing to Waffle House in Illinois is Denny's or whatever. In Indiana, probably the same thing, like Denny's or whatever, but they don't even have a Denny's as far as I know of. Like, they don't even have Denny's like that in Indiana. But yeah, man, like she going through hell because my family member that she broke up with her husband, as far as I know, I think that she probably is still messing with him on the side. Like, in my opinion, I think that she probably still kind of dealing with him in order to see her kids and all of that. I don't know. But the thing is that you got to find out who was at fault in the breakup. Because if you don't, you're going to be with the demon. And the angel, cool. I'm saying, like, in a breakup, usually it's an angel and a fucking devil or a demon or whatever. That obviously the demon it breaks up with the angel because the angel get tired of fucking dealing with the demon. So you gotta find out who that is, and she didn't do that. And when she told me about dude, I was thinking to myself, that's a red flag that you gotta investigate. This dude got 2 kids, or you meet a woman, she got 2 kids. You gotta investigate. It's your job to investigate why did they break, who was at fault in the breakup. Because once you realize who was at fault, you're not gonna go down that road. You're gonna be like, no, I don't mess with fire because it burns. And you're not gonna deal with you're not gonna deal with them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, you're gonna leave them be. So it's important that you pick the right person, you know what I'm saying? Like, because all that beauty is just gonna go out the window. You're gonna waste it with a demon, basically, or a devil, whatever you want to call it. I think a demon is like a lesser devil. I don't know, but yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta choose wisely. And a lot of women don't choose wise. I say like 70% of women do not know how to choose a mate properly. They just don't. And it's not their job to know how to pick a mate, really. This whole thing with women picking their own mates, this is less than 100 years old. This is a new phenomenon. Women absolutely could not pick their own mates. Going back thousands of years, usually it was the father had to have the father had some role in picking a mate for his daughter. Usually it was the mom and the dad involved. In America, you know, it was like both parties, but the father had the full consent as far as who his daughter was going to marry. The woman can choose whoever they want to shit. That's not even 100 years old at this time. That's less than 100 years old. And you can see the effects of society from women having the choice of picking their own mates. Basically, society is crumbling. The West is going to shits. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers sitting back eating popcorn, watching the West actually just cannibalize itself. All of this rainbow shit, all of this stuff is based off of society crumbling. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when women choose wrong, they get tired of choosing wrong, and they just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go be gay. I'll just go get another bitch, deal with her, and then at least I ain't got to deal with men because I'm terrible. I have a terrible experience dealing with men. because you really weren't supposed to choose. It was up to your father to choose your mate for you. That's been going on for thousands of years. And this whole I picked the mate myself shit, some women pick well. I would say less than 30% actually knows how to pick a mate, and they pick a mate and they're okay. But other than that, most women are terrible at picking a mate. They pick off of, oh, he got good energy, he got good swag, he tall, I mean, that shit is like, animals, that's how animals like mate. And it's like some carnal nature type shit. And, it's not based off of like a father. He picked the mate for his daughter that was strong and capable of taking care of his daughter. Meaning, okay, one, it was some type of dowry, so he had to give up something. He had to give up some cattle. In Africa, they, trade cattle and herd cattle. He had to give up so many heads of cattle, or had to put up some money, some gold or something, some bullion for that man to show he's had some type of wealth to take care of that man's daughter. And the thing is that don't have nothing to do with no swag, how tall you are, your vibe. The father was not dumb like that to choose based off of some stupid shit like that. That's how birds mate. We're supposed to be higher level beings. We actually are supposed to be gods. It's in the Bible. Ye are all gods, right? So you're supposed to be the most higher level beings that are above all the fish in the sea, all the fowl in the air, and all creatures far and wide and in between. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be higher level beings as far as higher thoughts. Thinking with our brain, not thinking, because you got a big brain and a little brain. A man's big brain is his cerebellum, his head, his brain. And then you got your balls, that's your lower brain or your little brain. You're not supposed to think with your little brain. Women have, kind of not similar body parts, but they have, it kind of looks a little different with women. But when you think on a carnal level and you're thinking with your penis, that's what animals do. You're thinking like an animal on a carnal level, your carnal nature, and you're choosing your mate based off of that. See, here's the thing, right? And this is why I did a video a long time ago. It was back when I was going through it, right? I said, not everybody is basically, I'm paraphrasing, but not everybody is compatible. Everybody can actually fuck. All you have to do is be healthy and ideally not have any STDs, and your dick just got to be able to fit in the pussy, and you can fuck. That's all the requirement that is needed. You don't need to be compatible to actually procreate and have kids. And this is where people get fucked up. So and this is why women and men fall to their carnal nature and their choices for mates, right? And you end up getting a situation where the sex is great. Y'all you fuck well. You just, man, you goddamn it, doing a Superman in bed. Watch me, you know what I'm saying, doing all kind of backflips and shit on the pussy. But when the chick gets up, she start arguing and yelling and fussing and throwing shit because you're not compatible with her. Matter of fact, no man is compatible with her because no man could stay with her. That's why you're there. You know what I'm saying? So And the thing is that what I'm saying is, you can have sex with damn near anybody, but in order to be compatible, where you live in the same house and day in and day out, you raising kids together, you're living together, you're paying for responsibilities together, that takes a certain level of compatibility that goes beyond sex, that a lot of people miss. A lot of people don't get until they get older. You got to be actually compatible in order to have a long-term relationship with someone. If you just fucking just to be fucking, okay, fine. But in order to have a long-term relationship, which is ideal, you got to be compatible. And I mean, I know that sounds basic and, you probably already knew that, but it just goes over people's heads because they choosing based off of the pussy being good, or, women choose off of the dick being good, or he got swag, or he's a vibe, or he, tall, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, that shit ain't got nothing to do. That's why you crying and shit, hugging on your pillow, because you got fucked up into thinking sex and attraction and shit like that has more to do with like having a good relationship, and that doesn't make a good relationship. That has nothing to do with the good relationship. Compatibility makes a relationship where you are, in a long-term relationship and you're cohabitating, you are, raising children together and taking care of financial responsibilities together. That takes a certain level of compatibility, okay? To cohabitate takes compatibility, not sex and compatibility are two different things. Men and women can have sex with anybody, and you can probably have a healthy child, but to be compatible, to have a long-term relationship, and y'all both be in the same house and raising that child that y'all made together, it takes compatibility. And that's where most people jump out the window, because they don't know how to pick with their higher brain, with their big brain. They're picking based off of their little brain, And that's why you got all these problems. That's why I have the problems I have. So I was basing everything off my little brain. Older people, you can learn from the mistakes other people have made. That's how I learn a lot. I mean, I come on here and I tell you some things based off of the mistakes that I made and things I learned from it. A lot of the things that I done in life, and one of the reasons why I have certain avenues where I am successful, is because I watch people crash out. I watch people make bad decisions. Like, for example, I watched my mother get, basically an overpriced house, get a very kind of expensive mortgage, and then the taxes went up, and I saw her absolutely crumble from that decision when she got sick and she couldn't work and she couldn't pay for that mortgage. I watched her crash out like that, and I never forgot that. And I vowed to myself that I don't want that ever to be me. I don't want to ever be in no situation where I'll be house poor. Meaning, my house costs more than what I really make and really what I can afford to pay. That's what's house poor. A lot of people are house poor. But I watched her do that. And she had the money to buy a house cash. She had the money. She didn't want to do that because she didn't, like most people when they have money, they don't have the money to, they got money to get the house, but they don't have money to fix the house up. And then some people, they got the money to buy a house, but they don't want to fix it up. They don't want to have to go through all of that, you know, hard blood, sweat, and tears trying to rehab a house, because it costs a lot and it takes a long time and it's, you know, a lot of heartache and pain, you know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do it. But then a mortgage is heartache and pain, long-term heartache and pain. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I watched my mother, man, you know, go through that. And I watch other people as well, you know. And I remember the 2008 market crash. A lot of people lost their homes. They walked away from their house. They gave their house back to the bank. You know what I'm saying? So I learned from that, man. It's best, man, if you can afford to buy a house, man, without the bank. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you can to avoid having to owe a bank some money. You know what I'm saying? If you in a area where you could pay for a house cash, or if you're not too far from an area where you could pay for a house cash, man, do it. Because, man, like I said, I learned from that, man. I learned, obviously don't smoke no crack. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. I ain't never even snorted coke. A lot of people snort coke, or they snorted coke before. I ain't never did that shit. I never did no white, none of that. But you know what else I learned? I'm saying not from something that I went through watching. It's more or less something that I learned from watching others do, you know, and then not doing or whatever, or not following that, you know, that play or whatever. I'm trying to think of what. Yeah, I mean, I'll say gambling. Yeah, gambling. Like, not to crash out on that tip. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know when to walk away from that shit. Like, don't make that shit your everyday life. You know, especially if you losing, man, don't do that shit. I learned that, because that shit that's a path to nowhere. Because when you know, a lot of old people, they don't got nothing to, you know, basically give their grandkids or their kids when they die, because they was in that one, they call it the one-armed pimp. They was pulling that one-armed pimp back to back, you know, in the casino, gambling all the way they money, they wealth. By the time they get old and they, you know, about to be in hospice and shit like that, and they go into the upper room, they ain't got no money because they've been gambling for decades. And that's one reason, but it's other reasons. But they gambled all their money. Your grandma, your grandpa, they gambled all their money away. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons that you know, a lot of grandparents, they don't have nothing to give their grandkids, because not, you know, a good chance that they was gambling, and they was regular gamblers, meaning they used to probably gamble every day or regularly. And then, you know, they ain't the casino, I never forget this. It was a chick that I went to school with. She a lawyer. She said casino stands for cash always stays in, never out. I mean, I'll never forget that shit. Like, that shit is so true in so many regards, man. Like, you might think you gonna get that money and you gonna You gonna come up, and there's some people that can. I don't know. But for the most part, the casino stands for cash, always stays in, never out. So, and that's most people. They ain't getting that cash out. And grandparents, they up in that casino right now. You talking about 4 in the morning or whatever? It's 3 here. I'm in CST time. But nevertheless, it's old folks at that motherfucker casino right now pulling that one-arm pimp. They don't even gotta pull the one-arm pimp now. They just press a button. They just keep pressing the button. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker machine gonna keep going. And it's a computer inside that motherfucker. And one of the things and this is why I don't really, I don't like going to play slot machines, because I know that's a computer inside that motherfucker. I mean, all the machines, that's a computer. That they got some type of, version of they have an operating system on that motherfucker, and it's a computer. And I don't trust computers to let me win any money. I just don't trust them like that. But a lot of people do. But the thing is that, yeah, man, that don't work, man. Like, I'm not even into subsidies and shit like that. I don't really give a fuck about no link card or Section 8, none of that. Because I know that shit ain't gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people be playing poor. I seen people that I know, you know what I'm saying, trying to play poor so they can keep a Section 8 voucher, keep getting link cards and shit like that. That shit don't work. And I've said this many times. The government will happily pay you whatever to keep you in a box. Permanently. They will pay it. They already have the tax money right there. Boom. But you got to stay in that box. And that box is, you can't make over a certain amount. If you do, you getting cut off. So you playing broke or playing poor is you actually being poor, and other people making whatever unlimited amounts of money while you're in that box trying to make the minimum to keep that free Section 8 or that free link card and all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't even need no link card. Like, I'm already trying to lose weight. I don't need none of that shit. One of the things that I'll say about fixing up houses and stuff like that, you start to learn, the more you do it, you basically start learning how to build houses. So I don't really give a fuck about no Section 8 voucher. I'll take a bando and I'll fix that bitch up. I'll take a bando that don't cost that much. Most people won't buy it. And I will fix that motherfucker up from the ground up. Framing, mechanicals, drywall, flooring, kitchen, bathroom, boom. It's done. I got skills. I got tangible skills that I can take anywhere, and I could build a house. I ain't gonna say I could build a house from the ground up, because I've never did that. But an existing structure, an abandoned house, I can fucking build that motherfucker brand new, better than it was before it was abandoned. So I don't give a fuck about a Section 8 voucher. I'm a man that they don't make that much anymore. You know, I know how to work with my hands. I know how to fucking build a house. I know how to work on cars. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that shit. You know, I did a video a long time ago. I said, know your worth, know your value. If you know how to change a tire, you know how to work on cars, you know how to fix a house to where every time something breaks, they ain't gotta call somebody to go fix it. You know, and you look decent, and you a good dude, you're valuable. You're a valuable dude. You and women should be fucking grateful that you exist. You're literally God's gift to women. So if a woman don't treat you like that, then that's a fucking problem. That's a problem. Because a lot of times, you know, a lot of women, they don't know their value. They don't know the value of fucking damn near anything. So if they don't know a good man if it smacked them in the face. So you got a lot of women out here like that. They don't know a good man if it smacked them in the face. You know, so that's why a lot of guys are frustrated. You know, I was thinking about this, right? I was thinking about this the other day. Because things are so lopsided, because society is so lopsided right now. What's going on, Seeking My Creator? Things are so lopsided because women, I mean, this hasn't been 100 years of women being able to choose their own mates, right? By themselves, right? We're not even 100 years in of women. This is new. This is very, very new, right? So we're currently, I would say, 2 to 3 generations in on this new concept of women being able to autonomously choose their own mates. So we got a lot of, you know, degradation of society of this, because you know, we got thousands and thousands of years of basically the father choosing the mate for his daughter. You know, the Indians and Arabs still trying to do that. They damn near doing honor killings to basically, and you know, keep their daughters in check to not choose their own mates. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, right? Because of we're like two or three generations in on this degradation of society to where, you know, women are choosing their own mates, right? And it is throwing a lot of shit off, and a lot of shit is really fucked up for men, you know, because of this, primarily because of this. It's other things, but it definitely has this. Women being able to choose their own mates definitely has something to do with this, right? But I say this, and I thought about this before. There's probably never in a time in history that basically men have been so desperate for women. I repeat, there's probably never been a time in history that men have been so desperate for women. I know with some men that, you know, they ain't got no problems. They, you know, macking and stacking and prophylacting, you know, playing and slaying. But it's a lot of men, they ain't got it like that. They ain't, you know, that's not their reality. And there's a lot of men that are single, okay? Insert Scott Galloway, his, you know, different lectures and talks about how men, and then the reports on how it's a lot of men single and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is this: all of these men, these desperate men, right? All of these available, quote unquote, good men that are available, you would think that women would capitalize on that. They're not even capitalized. They're still picking fucked up mates. With all of this, with basically what I'm saying is that America as a whole is basically, in other parts of the West, but primarily America is basically in the dating and marriage market it is definitely favors women, and it's favored women like for a long period of time, and it favors women so much, you know what I'm saying, that they can choose whoever they want to. They can choose. So it's so many desperate ass men. And I'm talking about, like, okay, now I've had my share, okay. I've had my share of women, okay. I got kids, okay. I'm good, okay. I'm just saying, for like a young guy, no kids, you know what I'm saying, ain't really hit no much, ain't really got that much as far as no numbers, as far as being with a whole bunch of women. It is so many men that are like that, like where they don't have, they dealing with this toxic ass dating market, and you know, all of these picky ass women and shit like that. It's difficult for them. But with that difficulty, women don't, it really ain't, it's not that difficult for them. It is so favorable for women as far as the choices they have with men and stuff like that. They still don't know what the fuck to do with this shit. They still like, so, you know, they still like trying to scratch their head trying to figure out what the fuck do we do, and then they still picking fucked up men, you know what I'm saying, and then getting flustered, and then even just going to go be gay, going to, you know, go basically be with other women because they just, you know, flustered. And it's all of the, it has never been a time that I can think of that the dating and marriage and mating market, let's just say dating, dating and marriage market, okay, that so much is lopsided, where it favors women so much and it's unfavorable for men as far as, you know, having multitude of choices and stuff like that with women and all of that. Like, women, even with that favorability, they still don't know what the fuck to do with it. You know what I'm saying? They still can't pick. And it's like, here's the thing, and this is why I thought of it. Okay, the reason why I thought of it was I was listening to a lecture. I can't really remember what it was, the name of it, but the guy was a matchmaker, and he was talking about his business. He was talking about like how, you know, he really didn't really have any, you know, he was starting off with a shoestring budget, and, you know, basically he went on YouTube and he didn't really get that many views, and then boom, he got Oprah. He's got somehow or another, somebody watched him, or one of his first clients, or, you know, reached out to Oprah, and then Oprah brought him on the show, and, you know, he just started taking off. But the thing is that the light bulbs went up my head, because I do think that women need a fucking matchmaker. They still need a matchmaker because they can't pick. This shit is new to them. They don't know what the fuck to do with all of this new ability to choose their mate. They don't know what the fuck to do. So it's like a machine malfunctioning. It's like, you don't know what the fuck to do. You know, I mean, the thing is with matchmaking, you got people that just, a lot of times with women, right? This is kind of like what a lot of times what men are dealing with, the quote unquote modern women. The women, a lot of times women don't want to take the servant role. They want to be the master. You got a lot of women that, I call them pants wearing he-she's. They got more pants than you. You go open their closet, and they got more jeans and pants than your ass do, and hardly no dresses. And every day they wearing pants. You know, basically, I call it the tomboy revolution. Basically, all the tomboys, they just, you know, just start, you know, basically just damn near killing off the fucking feminine, you know, women or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's like almost for women that really want to wear dresses and be prissy and be very, very feminine and women like, I'm pretty sure they probably get bashed by a lot of these pants wearing he-she's that wanna, that, you know, these, you know, masculine, I call them masculine Maxines, where they just trying to be so hard, they're trying to be men. They just trying to alpha their way through it. And, you know, wearing pants, showing up, going to work every day, wearing pants, trying to be the man in the family. They usually single, or they dealing with men on the side as they can go. And they don't know what the fuck they doing wrong. They just think it's normal, but they gotta survive. They gotta pay their bills. They gotta pay, you know, to survive, you know. So they just stuck into this gear of life where they just wake up every day and they gotta be the provider person and they gotta take care of themselves. They got kids, so cause some motherfucker knocked them up, you know. And they just like you know, very, very masculine. They got some of them got a frog in their throat. They got more masculine tones than an average man. Because if you smoke cigarettes, you know, or even cigars or blunts and shit, you gonna get a more stronger vocal tone because your I don't know, it's something about your throat maybe getting clogged up or something. But anyway, like, yeah, they real masculine. And a lot of times those women, and it's a lot of women like this, when they get in a relationship with a man, they trying to overpower the motherfucker. And it's like, imagine me, right? I'm about 250 plus pounds. I ain't gonna give myself all the way. I'm 250 plus pounds. I played football. I'm an ex-football player. I wrestled in high school. I did jujitsu for about 3 years, so I know how to fucking crack your neck, crack your bones. I used to call it bone breaking class because that's basically what jujitsu is. It teaches you how to eliminate a threat right away, crack the bone, take the arm, crack that motherfucker, and you on the floor. You know, you're maimed basically, and the fight is over with immediately. So basically, I'm a trained killer, and I'm an actual killer because I'm a war veteran. I went to the Navy. I'm a Navy war veteran. Imagine a bitch coming in my life trying to motherfucking bully and tell me what the fuck to do. And I ain't even mentioned the other shit. You know, I grew up in Chicago around some of the worst gangs known to man, some of the worst criminals known to man. You know, been around killers and drug dealers and all that type of shit. And I survived it, you know, and even now, I'm in, probably some people will even say it's even worse. I'm in Gary, Indiana, surviving and thriving. Like, imagine a motherfucking bitch trying to come in my life and tell me what the fuck to do every day. And boss me around like a little bitch. And it's like, they understand it, but it's like, that's what they're seeking because they don't want to take the submissive role. They used to be in the controller of every fucking situation. And they don't want to take a seat in the back and shut the fuck up and listen. They'll do it at work to survive. And they don't really like doing it, but they'll do it to survive at their job. But they don't like doing the shit. But they'll do it to keep the lights on and keep that paycheck coming in. But when it comes to a relationship, oh no, I'm not listening. Oh no, hell no, I'm not listening to no motherfucking body, man. You know, so it's like that woman right there. And it's a lot of women like that. You know. And especially in the black community, I call those women slaves. That's a slave mindset because that's what happened on the plantation. The black woman would listen to the slave master, but she wasn't listening to, you know, Leroy or you know, Samuel that worked in the fields because that he wasn't the slave master. You know, so I get in deep, man. I make a bitch cry in a minute because they can't, they know I ain't lying. And then they got to look at themselves in the mirror like, damn, this motherfucker right. I'm a goddamn slave. You know, I'm sitting up in here, you know, I want to be a boss bitch and make a whole bunch of money and be self-sufficient, but it's not a lot of people, it's not a lot of women that could do that. You know, running a business is very, very difficult. I'm not talking about, when I say business, I'm not talking about spreading your pussy lips open for OnlyFans. I mean, I'll give you that, that's a business, but I'm not talking about the bitches that's opening their pussy lips for OnlyFans. I'm talking about you sell candles, or you sell, you know, lipstick or some shit, or eyelashes, or you running a massage, you know, parlor or spa or something like that. Business is fucking difficult, and not a lot of women can do that, because you gotta, in order to have a business, you gotta be really a business. Running a business is like being an advanced business is actually an advanced form of finance. So whatever you do with far as personal finance, you take it to business, and it's called actually business finance. So for example, when your personal financial statement is your assets and your liabilities. With a business, you have a personal balance sheet. It's very similar to basically an asset or liability statement to basically show your net worth, but it's different in the sense that it has different things like your account receivables, your account payables, things like that, you know. And it's like, if you can't really deal with your personal life and your personal finances, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be terrible in business, because again, it's the same thing, it's just advanced. It's just, you know, it is an advanced form of what you're doing in your personal life. So a lot of people in general are not going to be doing that, and not capable of doing that, and definitely a lot of women. So they have no choice but to work, and then they listen to their boss. If they don't listen, they get fired. You know what I'm saying? And they know that, you know. And it's like they think that, you know, only men that follow that shit and fall in line with that shit is simps. And, you know, some women don't like simps, but some of them actually do, because that's the only way that relationship is going to work, where you just, you know, in order to keep your in-house coochie and pussy, or whatever you want to call it, you going to listen to everything she tell you to do, and you're going to do it with a Coke and a smile. She going to tell you to jump, and you going to ask how high. Yeah, that's only simps operate like that. You know what I'm saying? And that only works with them, you know. And I'm not saying that, I mean, obviously it's a lot of simps, but a lot of times that don't work. A lot of times a simp get a nigga wake up call or whatever, and he get tired of being a simp. He get tired of that bitch yelling at him, screaming at him all the time, throwing shit at him. You know, the police got to get called. That shit gets tiring, and then he leaves, and then she's by herself. She got to get somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that don't work. It usually don't work, especially with somebody like me. Oh hell no! Fuck out of here. Shit, following line of who? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You talking to me like you about to whoop my ass. You know what I'm saying? Who is you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like you talking like you talking like you crazy. You know, that's why dudes say that. Like, you talking like you must be crazy talking to me like that. And they are. Cause they play like they just do that because they know this system supports that shit. You know what I'm saying? This system supports that type of stuff. Oh, okay. No problem. You can't hear. Okay. Why don't you come back maybe tomorrow, and then you can hear me. Maybe you can hear me tomorrow. So yeah, like, it just, the thing is that that's how the system is. That's, never forget, remember earlier this year, you had a lot of women in Africa, mainly Gambia. Gambia did some type of purge where it was like 4 or 5 black women at one time from America. They killed them. And, the black women was complaining, and they was talking about, man, these men don't listen to us, and, they don't, we having a problem over here. Because the thing is that they tried to bring that American shit over to Africa. And Africa don't support that type of shit. They don't support you yelling and screaming at a dude or your boyfriend or your husband. They don't support that type of shit. They're, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no economy based off of, that supports feminism. See, the thing about feminism, a lot of people don't understand is what supports feminism is actually capitalism. And if I hear like a feminist complain about capitalism, I chuckle because the only reason feminism works is because it's a robust capitalistic system. Because that's how feminists, that's like the grease of the gears of feminism is a capitalistic system. Because basically, ideally, in short, women need money in order to practice feminism. For example, let's say anywhere, like third world country, like let's say Venezuela. It's feminist probably in Venezuela, but it doesn't matter because they don't have the power to practice feminism in Venezuela because they need their men and they need money. They don't have the hedge of a whole bunch of money because basically feminists, in order to really practice feminism, they need to be independent of men or be independent. I got my own job and I got my own place to live and blah, 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 blah. Well, that doesn't work that good for a place where you only make $200 a month. That doesn't really work out that great. You really, really need men. Like, you absolutely need men, or your life depends on it, right? In America and other parts of the West, the UK, Canada, women through their purse and through their work can be independent of men in a sense where they can be by themselves. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's risks involved with that because a lot of women by themselves, like for example, the situation with Cash Doll, the rapper Cash Doll, she basically had her home raided by some burglars, and she called her baby daddy that she basically broke up with to come save her and her purses and shit and her Birkins. Because the thing is that criminals, they know. Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to robbery and burglary, the best victims are old people, children, and women. Those are the best victims because, it's easy to overpower an old person and a woman and obviously children. And criminals know that. They're not dumb. Every criminal is not stupid. They go for the easiest victims. That's why women by themselves a lot of women by themselves are extremely victimized. It's very dangerous for women to be by themselves. They know that when they're a little girl. They get taught that, and then by the time they're a teenager, they're taught that you don't even walk by yourself. You don't walk out at night by yourself. You don't do that because that's how they survive. So when it comes down to a burglary, or let's say a robber, a burglar, or even worse, a rapist, they stalk their victim, and when they see that they're by themselves, it's an easy victim, because they, women don't overpower men. That's just not how that works. He said people who live where the date is written, month, day, year, could not live in places where the day is, okay, date, month, year. Yeah, I don't really know the difference too much. I mean, I know military time. Like right now is 0413. By the time 12 o'clock hits, 12 p.m. is 1300 hours. People don't even know. People don't know military time. I do. But yeah, man, feminism and all of that type of stuff, man. It's, as far as dating and stuff like that, man. I mean, it's totally favorable for women now, and they still can't choose somebody. They still complaining about they can't find a man and all of this other shit, and it's hilarious because, like I've noticed, I've said this many times, and it has not changed. It's never been a time more favorable for women to choose good, viable men to choose from. I mean, like, they're literally on the top of the mountain as far as having the best advantage in choosing, men, because, like I said, it's a lot of men that are available, a lot of them even desperate and thirsty, and is, damn near starving for women. And it's just like I just think I have a man's logic, so I'm like, damn. I mean, these women still can't choose, and it's like it's just tripped out to me. But I was thinking about getting into matchmaking, but I don't necessarily know how I would do it. I thought about it. I thought about maybe making a website or something. That's probably a start. It's probably where I can start. I mean, it wouldn't be that much. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, because I could just make a one-page website, and just kind of, obviously it'll be like, it'll be pretty simple. But yeah, women just, they don't, like I say, this shit is new. And I suggest, if you listen to this, you should probably go into matchmaking, because women don't, this concept of them picking their own mates, this is less than 100 years old, baby. This shit is a new construct, man. This is so new. This shit like motherfucking Wi-Fi. This shit new as hell for them. This is a very, very new concept for them. They don't know how to do this shit. They need help. They need help primarily from men, because I think women, they get tired of women. Men, yeah, they get tired, but they just keep it pushing. I think women give up on other women because, see, women kind of try to be like, I'm talking about, like, the Rebecca Lynn Popes, the April Masons. A lot of women, they try to please women. Women are typically pleasers, right? Men, they try to please to a certain extent, but we usually, a man, not a simp, has a tough backbone. He has some type of foundation, and he's not gonna give in to, he knows women are fickle and shit like that, and they, delusional and shit like that. He's not gonna let that get to him. He's gonna keep it moving. He's going to, like, for example, a lot of Rebecca Lynn Pope and April Mason was complaining about women's standards on who they were choosing for someone to be their match, and they were Rebecca Lynn Pope was saying, you choosing men that are on the level of, or even above the level of, the men that I get, and I know nowhere near my level. And it was just like, even if you got the man, you can't keep him because you don't know how to treat men. You don't know how to deal with men. Nobody really wants to be with you, and you know that. Yourself that you have problems, with people at your job. That you don't get along with even women. So what makes you think you're going to luck up on any man that you choose is going to be a problem, because you're a problem. You don't even like yourself. You couldn't even be in a relationship with yourself. So it's like stuff like that. I think a man has more ability to deal with the fickleness of women. Basically, you're not going to be able to help all of these women. You're going to have to give them their money back and, block them, or, tell them to go have a nice life or whatever, because you can't deal with them, because they have a personality problem. And, they need somebody else to help them out. They need to, whatever they need to do, they need to do that. And, you just probably got to do that or whatever with a lot of women, because they have these unreasonable standards, and even if those standards came about, they can't satisfy that man. They're not compatible with damn near any man, so it is what it is, but a lot of women, I think they do have a problem with taking a back seat, being submissive, listening to their man. I think most people in relationships in America, right, are definitely Americans, right, that was raised in America, right, they have, if they're married, let's just say married couples, right, I would say most married couples now, the woman wears the pants in a relationship. The man just he ain't saying nothing about it. He living in silence and secret about his relationship. He don't really want to talk about it. But I say probably most men that's in a relationship, in a marriage, a lot of them, they let they wife say and do damn near anything she wants to do. And that's how they're able to stay in the marriage, because basically they are they're a simp they're basically a married simp, and it's like, yeah, I mean, the whole happy life shit, because you basically kiss her ass and let her get away and do anything, and you don't tell her no, damn near, if and women are very manipulative. A lot of dudes don't understand how manipulative women are and how good they are at being manipulative. Like, women are so manipulative. This is what they'll do, like almost like a kid, but they're adult. They will do this, right? they will kind of train you to not say no. So what happens, what I mean by this is that if you say no, they'll put up a fit. They'll start an argument, make it very frustrating for you if you say no. That's a manipulation tactic. And the reason they do this is because they're trying to drive you on the behavior of not telling them no, of telling them yes, damn near everything that they ask you. So you know that if you tell them no, that this some, you know, you're not gonna get sex that night. You might not get sex for a week. You might not get sex for a month, or you know, they're gonna be frustrated for you for a long period of time, or you know, you gonna sleep on the couch, or you gonna sleep in a garage or some shit, or you gonna have to go get a hotel room. They do shit like that because they want to establish some type of women can't beat you up and all that type of shit. Some of them try and very good at it, don't get me wrong, but they use their mind to manipulate you to do certain things because that's all that they really have. They don't really have any strength and might to, like, beat you up or anything like that. They have to be cunning, conniving, and manipulative to get their way, and they're very, very good at it. A lot of men have absolutely no idea how women are very, very good at that. Yet at the same time, that's what they do as far as to keep getting you to say yes. They do that all like on cue, and they know what they're doing. You might not know what they're doing, but they know exactly what they're doing. And a lot of men have those relationships so they can have in order so they can get in-house coochie, and they probably got kids so they can stay with their kids. They put up with all kind of shit from their wife. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's one of the things that I learned from watching family members. I don't give a fuck if I never get married a day in my life. If I never get no more pussy in life, I will never do that and go down that road. I don't give a fuck if I never get in-house coochie again in my life. I'm not about to be a simp so I can have a woman in my fucking life or whatever. I refuse. I absolutely will never. That's insulting to everything that I've accomplished in my life, and like all of the things to make me the badass motherfucker that I am in my life. That's insulting for all of the things that I've done in life to make me the badass that I am, to just put that aside to be a fucking simp. Like, I absolutely despise simps. Like, I mean, simps really make a lot of things difficult. They make a lot of things difficult for other men because women expect every damn motherfucker to be a simp. You know, it's like, oh, you know, you might be a simp because I done seen so many of them. I come across them so much every single day. You know, you might be one of those. And it's like, you know, that's what women expect, because it's so many of them. It's so many fucking men that are you know, that are simps, you know, raised to be simps, you know, so on and so forth. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, that shit fucks up the game, man, for every man. You know, it really just it really fucks up society too, because a lot of these places, a lot of them that, you know, are Democratic ran, they are single mother. I call them single mother. I mean, I ain't the one that started it. I don't know who started it. That concept was from like the BGS Coliseum days back in like 2016, 2017. They would they called a lot of these bad communities or ghettos single mama strongholds, single mother strongholds, because it's basically a bunch of simps and single mamas. And I did a live stream where I broke down through the demographics in a city that shows the correlation of non-married individuals in higher crime, higher poverty, higher unemployment, homelessness, and so on and so forth. Literally on a live stream, and I proved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so basically, what I'm saying is, if you are looking for a home or looking for a new place to live, go on the demographics website. Don't pick any city that has a marriage rate lower than 60%. And you probably will be okay as far as that neighborhood. Because when you get a neighborhood that's lower than 60%, all that stuff I said, most likely it exists there. You know what I'm saying? Because actually what makes a community is families. And a family is not a woman and children. A family is father and wife and children. Okay, even a man by himself, the word family is from father, is F-A. The word family exists because the father is in the family, and that's why it's called family. Without the father is no family. It's just a single mother with children. And a lot of people don't know this. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand this. You know, and you know, it's just, you know, the thing is that I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything. I'm not trying to convince women to be women. You know, I'm just saying, you're not about to get with me, or don't even think about me or anybody like me, because you're going to be frustrated. I'm not about to listen to you. I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying, let you wear. I'll be honest, any woman I choose, any relationship, if I do get in or whatever, my woman is not wearing a whole bunch of fucking pants. If I gotta go get her, if I gotta go shopping for her, and I gotta put up my own money for her to get some more dresses and shit, I want my woman to wear dresses every single day, just about. I want my women to wear dresses every day. I'm the only person that should be wearing pants. You know, I'm tired of these motherfucking pants wearing he, she's. I'm sick of these motherfuckers. You know, a lot of these motherfuckers, that's the reason why you having problems in a relationship. You a whole fucking dude out here looking for dudes. Dudes really want women. They don't want dudes. Well, some of them, but you know what I'm saying? Pause, you know, no Diddy, whatever. But the thing is that, yeah, I would say if I was to go the matchmaking route, it would be more, I would be more very extreme with it. I'm not just gonna be a matchmaker. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be like Kevin Samuels in this motherfucker, as far as my level of control that I want. It's not, I'm not even trying. I can't just be a matchmaker. I gotta motherfucking like also be like a life coach with the shit. So if I was to do it, it ain't gonna be me just matching you up to some motherfucker or whatever. Even the dudes, I'm not gonna even, you know what I'm saying, do that with them either. I gotta see that you ready, you know what I'm saying, you qualify for someone else. Meaning If you're a woman, I gotta see your closet. I gotta see, you know, if you cooking and cleaning, if you know how to cook and clean, you know, if you don't, you know, I mean, the cooking, I give you a pass on the cooking. You better know how to clean, because everybody should know how to clean. You learn how to clean from your parents when you was a little kid. So if you don't know how to clean and you a filthy motherfucker, like, yeah, I don't want to deal with you. You gonna have to go somewhere else, because, you know, I mean, that's a problem that you have to work on. You got some type of delayed arrested development, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that, you know, it's like I have to screen also. I have to do screening, and I have to kind of do some coaching, because if you're a pants wearing he, she, and you're coming to me trying to look for a man, obviously, and you got a whole closet full of fucking pants, I mean, I give you some pants. Like, okay, if you want to go outside and be a gardener, I mean, even though the, you know, I'll say this, go look at the movie Friday, okay? What's the lady name, the chick name? He's like, Miss Parker. I don't think Miss Parker had, I think she had on either some Daisy Dukes, or she had a dress. I think she had Daisy Dukes on. Like, okay, if you, I might give you a pass if you got some Miss Parker shorts. But yeah, you could do your outside chores in some pants, okay? You know, you gotta go outside and, you know, deal with the chickens and shit. Okay, I give you a pass. But you don't need to wear no goddamn pants every fucking day. You gonna have like 3 or 4 pairs of pants, and that's it. You got a 3 to 4 pants limit. Everything else should be a closet full of fucking dresses, you know, dresses, skirts, or whatever, and that's it. Like, I'll be hard line. Like, no, I'm not. I can't take you on. You know, like, I'm not about to shop for no. I don't wear dresses. That's not what I do. Blah blah. Okay, all right. Well, I have my policy. My policy is my policy. And it works for me, and it works for the men that, you know, are looking for women. Okay, so, you know, if you change your mind, reach out to me again, and we can reconvene. I mean, I literally, yeah, I have my hard line at no, you know what I'm saying? No pants on. No pants zone. No pants zone. Flex. They heard about him. But yeah, this shit fucked up, man. Motherfuckers wearing purses, women wearing pants every day. Shit's fucking ass backwards, man. Ass backwards. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I you know, like I say, if I was to do it, I ain't just gonna be a matchmaker. I have to, it's a certain level of just, I guess, quality that I would be looking for. You know what I'm saying? You're not just, yeah, you, certain things like you real masculine and shit like that. I'm gonna have probably some people that I could refer you to, some femininity coaches or some shit, and I'm gonna fucking refer your ass to them. And then once you get that frog out your throat and get rid of some of them pants, you could reach back out to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I just said quite a bit, man. I've had fun. You know, I appreciate y'all for listening to me. You know, the trolls. May you burn in Trollville. You know what I'm saying? I you know, it's random. I, you know, normally do StreamYard, but you know, I don't want to do no StreamYard. I think this works better than StreamYard, doing YouTube live. I think if I did this with StreamYard, I'd probably have a messed up video or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you. Hope you have a good Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.